Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with a Mixed Media, and I was just editing the first video in this series, and all the spray paper parts were not in there. I don't need these papers. So I'm going to redo the spraying because, you know, I don't mind having more of that. The spraying and the smooshing I'm going to do. But I'm just going to use plain paper, and I'm not going to gesso it first. Because I did find that with the sprays, I did not like the gesso so much. But with the white paper, I mean, it was, no, this came out dark enough because I put paint over it. That's right. So yeah, I ended up putting paint on some of the pieces. So, all right, let me move this out of my way. I'm having fun though. I really want to get out the die cut machine soon because I think these are gonna be so cool. This paper with the shiny back, because I think that it will take the sprays even better. Just spray some water in here. So I want to get all the inks that we can, all the pigment and color out of the bottle. Right? It's all right. It's all right. And spray some water on there, and I'm just gonna spread it around. So I do like that it is spreading, but then where it's first sprayed, it's staying darker, which is cool. I don't mind. I also want to try some of these new inks that I got. It's like a pack of 3 with the transparent burnt umber and the transparent burnt sienna, and what's the other one? And there's a third one too somewhere. Transparent raw sienna. I want to use those as well, but I wanted to be able to spray them. Also, this thing comes in handy. Just FYI. I probably should shake that first. So I'm going to put some in here, probably with some water, because I don't need it full strength. So I'll probably do half and half water. I probably won't. I don't know. I'm trying it, so I don't want to use too much ink. You know, acrylic inks are not cheap. All right. Definitely more than 2 parts, but that's all right. More than whatever I said, the first part. Which one was that one? Raw umber, I think. It was this one. Transparent raw umber. Let's see how it sprays. And these little bottles that I just bought. I get nice little splotchy sprays. I don't know about the color. The color is good for leaves. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. Something just fell. Oh, music paper. You think it wants me to do more music paper leaves? Alright. Oh, let's try the other 2 colors too while we're at it. Even if we're just gonna... That looks like coffee with some cream in it. And what was the other one? That was the raw sienna, and this one is the burnt sienna. I got this off of Amazon. If anybody needs me to put it in the description box below. It comes with another opener, which is perfect for opening bottles of soda. So I'm just spreading out color. That's what it's about right now. It's just getting color on the paper. Whatever the paper this is, I don't know what kind of paper this is. It was in my stash from somewhere. It might be freezer paper. I don't know, because it is shiny on one side. But I don't really know. But it takes the inks really well. That's what's important to know. I did find the crushed olive. Because if you're going to have some green on the leaves for fall, it's probably going to be like a yellowy green, like crushed olive. And of course you could use like some plastic or acrylic or something if you want to just use your ink pads with water and smush smush ink. That is another way to go. I like using the sprays. There's something about using the sprays. This is a little bit green too, isn't it? For some reason, the frayed burlap in the distress ink is more green than gray. Isn't it weird? But works for our purposes at this moment in time. Now, I think I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come in with a layer of something else, and then do the water thing. You know, just love doing the water thing. Oh, let's try some music. The music paper wants to have some play. How do I know? Because it fell off the shelf while I was doing stuff. That's how I know. Okay. And then I'm just kind of spreading it with my brayer. Gets more further off around on it, on the thing. All right, I do have a new wild honey. So yeah, when you're doing this stuff, it is definitely about the layers. Whether you're using the paint or the inks, it's all about those layers. Where's my aged mahogany? Aged mahogany, which I think is pretty much what causes my fingers to get quite most of it can't, yeah, there's still quite a bit of ink. Browns and the reds and all the darks tend to do that. How about if we bring in a little bit of the benzy yellow, which is transparent, but it'll brighten up some of those places here and there. And a little bit of the frayed burlap. And I say this all the time, but if you spray from further up, you get further out spray. Like if you spray close up, I'll show you. I'll show you here real quick. So, close up, far away. So it depends on what you want. And here's in the middle. So if you want your spray spread out, you go farther away. That's all. That's all there is to it. Just play with your sprays if you've got them and see what it is you like. These papers, the copy paper, just absorbs really fast. So you might even want to get it pretty wet to start with. I mean, maybe not this wet. But that spray bottle was not getting where I needed it to get with the wet. It wasn't doing what I wanted. The spraying on wet paper as opposed to dry paper makes a difference as well, because, you know, the water's already absorbed into the paper, so then the paper won't absorb it quite so quickly. Does that make sense? Because it's already saturated. If your if your paper is already saturated, then you will have different types of movement, and also you'll pick up whatever was underneath. All right, so here's the mahogany, spraying it from up there a little bit, and wild honey, spraying it from above, and some spice marmalade, and some more water. I don't know. What? Oh, okay. And then we can even just kind of... Ooh, you know what else would be good for backing papers? Although, like the inks, it's gonna move around if it gets wet. But, you know, you just let people know that if they get the leaves, that you make them, then you say, just be careful. Things will move about if you get them wet. But the color bursts would be fun. All right, I don't know if this paper is going to be thick enough. We'll find out. All right, setting this off to the side. Oh, a little bit of green. Just enough to be like, oh, there was, yep. And then a little bit of brown. A little bit of brown in my life. Let's do the ink. Oh, this one I can go a little closer because it doesn't spray out as far. I mean, I don't know. Interesting, interesting. Remember, this is the acrylic ink. And something dark. I know I need to order ground espresso. I go to, all right, forest moss. Oh, where's the forest moss? It's already open. Let's do a little bit of forest moss. Whoops, I said a little bit. That one does not spray, just a little bit, but that's all right. Set this aside to dry and see if it's gonna, I think that's 24-pound paper, but when it's wet, it feels a lot not that good. This paper feels a little bit better. All right. This paper, this music paper also takes the ink a little bit better, which is preferable. I'm going to need to order some scattered straw. Oh, I said or, see if I have it as a refill, right? I do have it as a pad, oxide. I do know that. Oh, a little bit of, whoops. Frayed burlap. I think the frayed burlap, oh, and I don't know where my peeled paint is. I had two at one point, but it was not in, let's see, is the unopened one on this thing here maybe? I don't see it. I'm just checking my, I have a shelf with different inks that are not distress inks. I don't know. All right. So I've been getting them really dark, so I'm trying to like not go quite so dark with these papers. Like this one is good for like a yellowy kind of a deal. But I still might want, that's wild honey. Where's my rusty hinge? Rusty hinge. Let's do a little bit of lumberjack. I just am doing both sides just to see how it goes through. Oh, here's one of the paper towels from, I don't think I ever showed the paper towels. Isn't that kind of fun? Kind of fun and funky free. Vintage photo. I don't think I've used that on anything. Don't need purple. This is the old rusty hinge. A little bit of water in it, maybe. Get all the pigment out of there we can. Waste no pigment left behind. I've emptied 2 bottles today. You got to be careful about that. You got to be gentle. Be more gentle than me. What I'm saying. All right, put that side to the dry. Put that over to the side to dry. Those are the words that are trying to come out of my face. All right, I definitely want more of the music, I think. Because if I don't like the music with the leaves, at least I can use them in a journal, so it's fine. And in fact, I might start with like a base of the naphthalene. Get some water. I need to add some water to that, don't I? No, this isn't naphthalene. Benzie yellow. I have naphthalene red, which seems to be something I go back to. Alright, I should wait for that to dry, but I probably won't. A little bit of, that's walnut. Wait on the last layer of that. Okay, we do want to finish off this forest moss. And oh, I haven't found the new, I had it over here. I can't have gone that far. I think I had it over here. Maybe not. Maybe I did not take it out of the box because I had the old one. I'm looking for the rusty hinge. That's what I'm looking for. Also, the box with my inks. Oh my word. Where are we? Oh, we should be way over here. Alright, I just decided this one's going to be more green for regular leaves. Green and brown. Green and brown. Walnut stain. Do a little bit of walnut stain. Oh, and I was going to refill this water, wasn't I? I need some water in my water bottle spray thingamabob. Pull it all the way this time. Let's go all the way. Alright. Just kind of wanted to have those spread a little bit more and even. Alright. So that one's not fall. That one's just going to be regular. Regular grungy. Or, well, also, brown is fall, though, and the oak leaves tend to turn more brown. Alright, this paper seems to take the inks nicely, so I really wish I could tell you what the paper was. It's Wild Honey. No, I want the one I just brought up. And then it's backwards. Okay, Rusty Hinge. It was facing away from me, was the problem. Okay, and I think I'm going to brayer it out a little bit. It brayers interestingly and probably perfectly for fall leaves. Nice splotchy looking. I like that. Aged mahogany next, maybe? Alright, let's keep that where we can find it. Candied apple. Do we want to go red? Sure, why not? Just a little here and there. So this is basically how I think this is basically how I did the inks before. I started doing the smooshing on the plastic, and then I was like, no, I want my sprays. I want my sprays. So I got my sprays. A little bit more yellow on top. And move it about the cabin. Alright, and I think if I let that dry, I don't know, maybe not. I'm going to do some water. And give it a few seconds, like one. All my inks are, all my distress inks are like, they're like an army, and they're coming in, and I'm losing space. They're winning on the space frontier. I don't know if you saw much difference there or not. A little bit. I need to find a different spray bottle that gives me bigger splatters, I think. But I think we have some good flowers. I'm hoping that this, because it's got this shiny stuff on the back, I'm hoping it will first of all glue onto surfaces, and also because it has the plastic, maybe be a little bit stronger, so still be like flimsy leaf like, but also strong. It feels stronger, so I think that's going to be a good thing. You know, better than what the paper's doing. The paper is just kind of annoying, so I'm going to spray. So yeah, copy paper, you can use it for inks, but it does not take the inks quite as well as other paper. I'm pretty sure my favorite paper that takes inks. Now you could do like a layer of gesso, that could help. Also you could do like a thin layer of paint. Oops, the only thing about that is I don't know how well the I'm supposed to be doing inks in this video, lady. Because paint is kind of like plastic, I don't know how well the inks adhere to the paint. I mean, I've done it, I just don't know exactly how well it does. But once this dries, I'll add the inks, or if I add them while they're wet, but I could do it either way. It really doesn't matter too much. Add a little bit of this yellow for something different. Okay, if you keep getting caught on the corners, just go one direction. And I did learn from my last video, you kind of want to start with your lightest color and then go up from there. Even if you want there to be some green, don't do it first. Just don't do that to yourself. This is the transparent burnt sienna. Are we getting out of focus? Is it doing that to us? So the acrylic inks kind of sit a little differently on the paint, I think, but looking cool. What I kind of want to do is see if I can get some of it to come back up off the paint and give us more of a, oh no, that's what it did. So don't do that. I thought this was 24-pound paper, but it might not be. So yeah, that, if your paper is wet like that and you have paint on it, you might find a new way of putting paint onto this paper. That was not successful. I mean, it doesn't mean that I can't use this paper, but it'll be interesting because now it's got paper stuck to it too. I don't know. Alright, I like the way this paper takes ink, so we're just gonna keep sticking with this paper. Obviously not the plastic side takes ink so great, but this side. And I'm still gonna put some paint on because I want that yellow to come through. I want like a base of yellow, and I don't want to use up my yellow ink. That's the thing. But I want like a base of a bright yellow. We're going to add some water to it so it'll spread more better. I don't need it to be thick. I want it to pretty much cover it mostly, you know. Go in the one direction, lady. You just told the other people to do that. Maybe you should listen to your own instructions. Maybe baby. I don't mind if I use up all of my high flow acrylics because I bought them by accident anyway. I was trying to buy fluid acrylics and I bought the set thinking that's what I was getting, but I didn't. And they're kind of bright colors that I don't use as much, you know, except in fall apparently. If it's fall, I'll use them. It's fall, y'all. I have another yellowy color of ink over here too. Let's pull that one over. What is it? It is brilliant yellow. Hey, that's also the paint color we have. I don't know, I just like the way the inks spread over the color. Oh, maybe next time I'll do this as the base. Ow. Because I think it should be about, oh, it's a little darker. Ooh, it's thicker too. Weird. It's a little bit darker than the other Brilliant, even though they have the same name, but you know, different brands, different folks through the world. Did we have any other inks that were in the, oh, we have the Red Earth. Should I wait for this to dry? I don't know. I'm not gonna. Not today. Sometimes I might, just not today. It's probably more than I want. So that other thing I was trying to show you before, trying to get some of the stuff off of here. I'm gonna try it again. With that paper. There we go. Oh yeah, worked better on this. So we still have some of that color left behind, but it's also on there as well, like with a lot of yellow showing through. So that was much more. See, paper matters. Why are you so, oh, look at that. That's better. All right. Sorry about that. I did not realize I was so zoomed in. If you saw the other videos, you saw I like a little, that's all red. Whoops. Oh yeah, this is the one that totally splurted everywhere one day. I remember that now. Water would be nice. So I'm just gonna do like I just did. I'm gonna pretty much spread it out. This was supposed to be an inks video, Darcy. Where's your inks? I don't know. Well, I did use acrylic inks. I used acrylic inks. Acrylic inks I used. So I did use inks. Just not as many distress inks as I was thinking I was gonna. Alright, this is looking pretty nice too. I might ink that yellow from behind. Alright, and now I want to do a little bit of the... Oh, where is it? Just had it. There it is. Crushed olive is your friend. Crushed olive is your friend. I'm just gonna soak up some of that crushed olive so it's just little spots in the background. And maybe a little frayed burlap too. Oh, and also, wait. Let's also do the water like we wanted to do. Before it's dry, it'll work best, even though it's acrylic inks, as long as they're not dry yet, you can, come on. There we go. I want some drops. You know, I want some drops. Some droppity drops. It's electric. Don't mix electric with drops of water. I'm hoping its paint is dry enough that I can pick this up without picking up the paint, but the paint is wet enough, not the paint, the acrylic ink is wet enough that it'll lift up where the water is. That's my hope. We're gonna let it sit for not quite a whole minute, but long enough for me to like get a sip of my drink. I don't know what I'm making for supper. This is my third video in one day. I had to go upstairs and have lunch and have Advil in between. Just saying. But it was, you know, I can kind of tell when the Advil is running out. When it's not in my... Oh, good. We got some dots. Spots. Yes. Yes, girl. That's what we want. See the spots? I wanted some of the yellow to come back through again. So, I mean, you got to do that when you're, either way you're using acrylic paint, acrylic inks. Those are permanent when they dry. So you have to do that before they dry to get the spots. But it's a thing of beauty when it happens. All right, now we're going to do some wild honey. Just going to spray it on there for some oranginess. And then I'm going to brayer it. Why? Because we can. Alright, and I'm just going to set this over to the side and see how it looks when it dries, because everything looks different when it's dry. And I got time for it to dry and then come back and show you later, because this video won't show till next week sometime. This, which happened from picking stuff off the other paper, is a thing of beauty. So you know what that makes me want to do? I'm so glad I didn't throw this paper away. I was saving it, and then today, if it didn't work with what I was doing today, I was going to get rid of it. But it's kind of long. Maybe it's packing paper. Oh, I know what this was from. Something that I put together. Some furniture I had to build is what it was in. That's what this is from. So yeah. I don't know which furniture, and you don't want to buy furniture just to get the paper that comes inside it, but it is nice that I did remember. What do we want to do for a base? All about that base. I have my reds and yellows. Let's see, I got Naples yellow. Should we do that as a base? Just kind of spread it out. Not quite as bright as the other one, which is fine. It does not have to be so bright as the other one. And we're just going to take a credit card and get a thin layer of it. all over and let it dry, because you know what will happen is then when we do our inks or paint or whatever over it and do the water modeling thing, then it should have the yellow shine through. Oh, this paint kind of stinks. Oh, it's a stinky paint. Sometimes that happens. I don't think I've had that paint that long. You know. All right, Brandy, this is your month to shine. You like, oh man, it stinks. It is Master's Touch. Ooh, it stinks. It stinketh. Don't need that much, but that's okay. We'll just add some to the paper behind it because it needs something. All right, once it dries, it should stop stinking. But while it's wet, it stinketh like donkey poop. I don't know why, because I wanted to say the other word, but so I just said donkey. Don't know why I need to get it all the way to the edge. I don't really, but definitely add some to this over here. And what else do we have? I don't think I've used any. Oh, I haven't used crimson at all. I should use some crimson on something. What if? Oh, while this is still a little bit wet, let's just see if we can get some onto this paper just for wherever it might be a little thicker, which will help this to dry faster and add some little marks to that, which is all good in the neighborhood. Oh, another thing you could do for top layers, you can use your oxide pads with some stamping to get some color like that, which we might do, because I might just cover this with the crimson and then go from there. This one might be more of a red, purple, brown if we start with the crimson. Oh my word. Seriously, people. Oh, such a mess. All right. Gonna do a layer like we just did. It's actually probably, well, with the white coming through, it won't be as dark. I was worried it'd be like really dark, but I think it'll be okay. All right, sorry about the beeping. That is my son's Dexcom. Not heard from my doctor yet today. Guess I'll be calling on, I don't know which days he's in the office, because he's between two offices. She was going to print out the message and put it on his desk, but she's not in work today. So if I call back, I gotta call back and talk to, and they're gonna close soon. So I probably am gonna have to pause and try to call the doctor's office and see, because I need to get a new medication. He's just gonna have to figure one out for me that it's not a sulfa drug. I can't do a sulfa drug. I tried to tell him that, and he's like, well, we'll try it. I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna smell the sulfur and then I'm not gonna take it anymore. And he's like, well, it doesn't have any sulfur in it. I'm like, yeah, Google it. I Googled it, he can Google it. It breaks down in your body, and so for some people, they can either smell it in their urine or in their breath, and I smell it in my breath. Or in my nose, actually. It's not even in my, I can, almost like if you have a sinus infection, and it's all I can think about, and it's very distracting, and I don't like it. So having a paper to just go and pick stuff up is really cool. Ooh, and I think on this one, all right, move the red out so it can dry a little bit. All right, come on, up here. Eyes up here. I'm going to use some magenta because it's going to orange out. So let's try that. Doing a thin layer like we've been doing with our card. Ooh, it's much brighter than I thought it was going to be. It's okay. It's just a layer. We don't even have to cover the whole thing, but we're just going to... It's fine. It's fine. Just going to spread it out as much as we can here. And while it's still damp, before it dries completely, I'm going to do our water. And do a little spray. And then we'll come back and do also some bigger drops. And this paper to that paper tends to even take a little bit more off, which is what I want. I want some of that paint to come off when we do that. So the water. I moved it way over there. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I do things the way I do things. All right, big drops of water. Then we're gonna leave it for a minute. Talk about the weather. Actually, I'm gonna leave it long enough for me to call my doctor's office. So I'm gonna pause. So it'll be several minutes before I wipe this off with a paper towel, in hopes that I will get quite a bit of yellow coming through. But you can see how much magenta changes based on whatever color is behind it. Ouch. The wrist, the flick of the wrist, I can't do that so much anymore. It's painful. My wrists don't like me anymore. I know it looks like I'm doing a lot. It feels like I'm doing a lot, but also it doesn't. But I want a lot of yellow to come back through. That's, I think, what I'm trying to say. And some will come through and some won't. All right. I'll be back after these messages. I'll be right back. All right. So this has been sitting here for a little while. I did get to talk to somebody, and apparently I have an appointment in 2 weeks. He'll assess then. So I guess no second medication till then. So if I keep getting more, I think I have a nodule on my foot. It's my first one. All right, did we get more yellow coming through? I think in some places. Like that's why I did a lot of water drops, because it worked in some places better than other places. But this here is my favorite. That right there, I don't want to lose that. I don't know how to not lose it, but I mean, we could do another layer of yellow and see what happens. It doesn't have to be the same yellow. It could be a different yellow. What other yellows do we have? I mean, this is a pretty bright yellow, but it's primary yellow. But what if we do, I haven't done this yet. This was supposed to be inks. I know. You saw some inks. I know. I'm just, it is what it's gonna, all right, this is a much more transparent yellow. So I don't think this is what I want. But let's just go ahead and get it thicker and thinner in some spots, and just do that and turn it over and smush it onto the other paper in hopes that it will, I don't know what, but also we will pick some of it up with this. AC went off. Now you guys don't have to hear that noise anymore. It makes my fan sound like nothing. When the AC's been on and then it turns off and all we hear is the fan, it's like, oh, the fan's not so bad. It's not as bad as that AC, because the intake vent for the AC is like right next to my desk practically. I'm not that much closer than I was. All right. This is what I want. I want some of the paint. I'm almost thinking about taking some sandpaper even to this, but all right. This one's becoming a thing of beauty. All right, let's let that dry for a minute and pull up. Let's let that dry too. That's pretty wet. Pull up this one. And I'm not going to use this yellow. It's too transparent. I'm not a fan. Ooh, maybe we will use some yellow ochre and see if we can get, maybe the fluid acrylic one would have been better. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe I want a thicker layer. I don't know. Looks more green with the red behind it though, doesn't it? But using the card, we get just like a really thin layer of it so that some of the red still comes through. And so we can do this. Oh, how'd that happen? Well, oh, because the card. That's how. That's fine. That's fine. You just try stuff. That's what making painty papers is a lot about trying stuff and seeing what happens. If you don't get results you like, you just keep trying. Oh, let's just throw some naphtha red on there. Because it kind of oranges out, that's why. I don't know, somebody probably was like, why orange? Why naphtha red? It's just another layer. That's all. It's just another layer. Which we then pick up with the paper so that it doesn't get on there completely. Put some on, take some off. Put some on, take some off. Could you do another layer? Could you do a layer of gesso at this point? You totally could if you wanted to. To even do like, I wouldn't go too dark. That's the only thing is if you go too dark, there's kind of like, then you covered everything and it's hard to bring everything back. Do I want to brighten this up some? Maybe try some yellow over here. See if the yellow would have been a better decision. This is where leaving a little space to see if you would have liked something better. I mean, it's yellow mixed with red naphtha, which ends up being Naples yellow, but you know, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Don't know, we're just playing with paper. Putting paint on, taking paint off. Paint on, paint off. The painter. Raw umber. I want to find my Van Dyke brown. I think I'd like that better. But rare. Oh, what did I just drop? Nothing important. Alright, water. Because it's just a little thick in spots. Alright, I want a lot of this to pick up. So, I guess this is a little bit wet, but we'll see if I can get a lot of it to come back up off the paper. And I know you might be wondering, well, what happened? What did it do anything? Well, it gets the brown down in the crevices. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. What can I do? And then lifts up from the top. So we've got some darker areas and some lighter areas. And just makes for really interesting. See, it did pick up some brown. Maybe not a ton, but some. And see where it's like darker in some spots, and you still see the red and the oranges in some other spots, and a yellow in a few tiny spots. Let's see if we can bring back some of the other yellow. So we just kind of spray the water on there. Have a sip of our drink. Wait for about 10-15 seconds. And come in with the paper towels that probably could use refreshing. All right, I'll take off this one. Pressing. Just trying to bring some of that yellow back to the top, basically. Did it do it? Not really. That's all right. I mean, worst comes to worst. Is this the one that had the, oh, this is the one that had the paper stuck to it, right? I'm not sure what to do about it. Although now it's got texture, which is interesting. All right, let this dry. It's gonna look different when it dries. Right now though, I'm loving the depth. You see it? See just the different colors and the depth. It's about the layers. I don't think I can say that enough about how it's about the layers. I'm gonna dry these and be right back. I'm not as done as I thought I was. First of all, I pressed stop instead of pause, apparently. This is sulfite paper. If I forget to put it in the description box, somebody can remind me. It takes inks really well. I'm actually just gonna leave them stacked up and then, you know. So I'm gonna wet the first one, both sides. Don't know why. I'm also gonna put some water on that second one down too. And we're gonna start with the lightest color, right? So mustard seed. And I'm gonna flip that over and press it down to that one. Yeah, my hands are pretty dirty. And flip it a couple different ways so that it gets spread out. And I might even take my brayer, spread it out a little bit more. Just that first layer, I want it to cover as much as possible. It's basically what that's about. Look at this gorgeousness. See, this is the Naphtha red. It just does things. It does things that make me happy. I do not have that in a spray though, so I might have to. All right, so crushed olive I'm gonna do next. So I'm going lightest to darkest basically. And I'm spraying and brayering. And also pressing. And kind of hoping it picks up some of the green from underneath and then gives me a mottled effect underneath too by doing that. Try this way. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright. Let's just do a bunch of first layers. Okay, gonna move that one. Let it dry a little bit. So might even take some of this of the bright what is this one again? Brilliant yellow. Which one? The other one was brilliant. Oh, it was this one I think was brilliant yellow as well. But they're not the same brilliant yellow. But it's just a little bit darker yellow. And roll that over, brayer it in hopes of some of the color getting onto that, which also means pulling some of the color off of that. And spray with water. And pick up, see what we can pick up with the water that's sprayed. A little bit, little drops of paint came up in places. I think my husband might have finished work. I'm not done playing though. I have the energy, it's the, yeah. All right, so there's our first layer. I'm gonna do some more first layers. They don't all have to be yellow. I just want to start with the lightest color. Like I said, okay, let's do some of the benzy yellow. Almost out of that one. The two colors I would actually probably replace of the fluid acrylics, not necessarily fluid acrylics, but the colors themselves, would be the benzy yellow and the Naphtha red. I surprisingly really like those two colors for certain things. Even though by themselves they're kind of like ew, but together they go whoo. I mean, not together, on you know, mixed with other things, they're like woo. So to pick up some of that yellow there. What do we want to do? Let's try wild honey. picked up. I know I'm putting it down and picking it up. I'm putting it down and picking it up. But this is going to be kind of a cool paper too when all is said and done. And we're gonna. I want little sprays, not giant. And then this one's a bright yellow. Let's see if we can pick up some of the honey from that first one with the water. I mean, this is where you could start bringing in some stencils too. A little bit got picked up, I think. Alright, so we got a couple different yellows happening on there. Should we do this brilliant yellow again? Just as a base? I know, I say I want these papers because they take inks well, and then I cover them with paint, which is gonna, you know, block the inkage. But it's alright. It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. But, and since I have them stacked up, they'll do different things too. Okay, I guess we'll do ink on this one. Which ink? Ink it. How about some Azo Yellow Deep? Oh, that's one way to get it on there. Spray, water. Why can't I put the water in the same? Well, even when I do put it in the same place, I still lose it, so I'm not going to get upset with myself about that. Okay, so this one is going to have some fun stuff. Oh, did you see that? It's just little bits getting picked up from each layer that I'm picking up here. Let's pick that one up with, this is a really bright yellow. Let's see what we can pick up. Nope, nothing really got picked up. Although something must have, because I do see a little bit of yellow coming through there, which is what I was hoping for. Or maybe yellow's on top of there. Oh, that's what I think I want to do. I want to do some yellow, maybe this yellow. And hope that it will get back up on the, some of it will get picked up on the darker. That's what I want. That's the hope. I don't know. I don't think I got what I was hoping for, but that's all right. We got backgrounds. We got backgrounds. Yes, we do. We got backgrounds. How about you? That is mustard seed. Where is... Oh, we'll do some spice marmalade with it. Spray some water. Yeah, it doesn't absorb into this paper like the other one does, fortunately. I'll spray some water on there. Gonna drip that all around. I didn't spray much water on that other one, but some. Okay, that looks nice. Let's try to get it to the... It's a nice undercolor, whether we're going to add oranges, reds, purples, or greens. Oh, I like this effect that happened there. Okay, one more sheet. Should we... Oh, let's do this one. Old paper. It's a different green than the other green. Much different. It's a little bit... So this can be like a brown... I've gone through almost a whole... That's what happens when you don't have any hand strength. You have to use your fist. I don't know why old paper is this greeny color. we're going to take this one that's all splotchy and whatnot and put that on there and see what happens. Because we're not afraid to see what happens. Nothing can get messed up because nothing is precious. It's just paper. You know what happens if you don't like it? You just paint over it. You just do something over it. And also, it's not the end of the world if you don't end up liking anything and you just throw it all away. You've at least had fun playing. But you know what? Somebody will like it even if you don't. But you should. You probably will like it more than you think. I mean, because look what I'm getting. I mean, that's just old paper there now. But it's also got a little bit of yellow in there that probably came off from the other one. All right, let's go to the bottom of the pack. Bottom of the pack. All right. This is kind of a... Oh, it's got some of the olive in it, doesn't it? All right, so it actually looks a little bit old papery. What if we just take this green metallic flash and put that over it? What? It is open. Okay. It's open, but it might be... Does it have a gloober? Is it dried out? No, it's not. It just... I probably needed to do the centrifugal force thing. Oh, AC's coming back on. Well, maybe this one will be more for like... That's me knocking. No one's at your door. I'll spray a little water with it. And just to have more spreadability. And then, if I want some of that lighter yellow green to show through, I might be able to get that when I take another one of these papers. I think that's the green, and just press on there with it. So now this one has darker in some areas, lighter in some areas. We like that. All right, we're gonna set this. No, we're gonna spray it with water. Just little sprays. We don't want to saturate it. And then we're going to take this one, see if we can get some of that to lift off. I didn't wait 10 to 15 seconds though. That would have been better if I had of. You can see some of it got picked up though. Let's do this one. Whether you're using a gel plate or just using a brayer or scraper or whatever you're using, and whether you're using inks or paints, it's about the layers. It really is. All right, now we have this bright, flashy green. I also have red flash. I don't know, I'm just curious. What will that look like? All right, let's use the centrifugal force to try to get it to the top. Doesn't have to be... It's a weird red, isn't it? All right. We're just going to try it on part of this. It might work better than we think. All right, and then we're going to pick it up with some of this. That's what we're going to try to do. And also try to pick it up with some of this. A brayer. If you have nothing else to get a brayer. All right, that's interesting. It's a little naphthol red, but it's shiny, I guess. Rusty hinge. No, let's first go for wild honey. Okay, just gonna spray some wild honey on stuff, flip it over, and get it on there too. Layers. It's all about the layers. And also some wild honey on here. Or some old paper. That's what I picked up. You know, sometimes it's about whatever I pick up. That's what's going next. And this one's the shiny green. Shiny green. It's the shiny green we picked up from the other one. So there's that. More wild honey. Did you know that you could brayer out your inks if you wanted to? Okay. And then we're just going to try to pick up some of that. I don't think it did pick up much, but let's go ahead and spray a little bit of wild honey. And this time, just put the other paper on top without brayer, and then do the brayer on top of this paper and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's nice. All right. Should we do that again? I'm sorry about my chair. I have oiled my chair several times. It doesn't change anything. I need a new chair. So, you know, if you want to start a fund for a new chair for me, because this one's only like a year or two old, so I can't really, don't think I can, what's the word? I don't think that I should be having to buy another chair so soon. I think a chair should last several years, not 1 or 2. I got it on Amazon. We'll just blame them. Alright, most of them we did just a little bit. On this one, we'll do a lot. And do that over to there. Alright, we're going to go back to the bottom. And start there. Looks kind of, but then we're all going to move about the cabin. And do some rusty hinge. Which is a little bit darker than the honey. And really went down deep into there. There we go. Okay, some of this I might have to speed through, and if I wasn't talking, alright, I'm going to stop talking so I can speed through this part, because I think this is going to be a really long video again. One more thing I want to try, she said, but then she like forgot what she wanted to use. Maybe just some of this. I'm doing it on the shiny side of this, whatever paper this is, and then pressing it onto there. And if I use a if I used a brighter yellow or a darker color, you'd be able to see it a little bit more probably. But I think I'm getting a little bit of the effect that I wanted, where it just be a little bit more opaque in some places. All right, let's try that with the crimson. Probably more than I needed on there, but that's all right. And I'm doing it on the shiny side of the paper because I want it to come off the paper. I think this is what I've seen Carrie do, Carrie the crafter. And I don't know if he uses the shiny part or what, but, and I'm not pressing hard. I'm just kind of just trying to get some of the red on there. Once I get a lot of it off, then I press a little bit harder. And I could even come in and take one of these to put on there just to, whoops, sorry I hit ya. So that some of it will come off on here, was what I was hoping for. Get some of it off of there, which is fine. So that just adds another layer on top of the inks, which I like that. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get some more of that on there. Ooh, and if I did it like on the edge of ripped paper, that would probably give an interesting look, wouldn't it? Because it wouldn't be a straight line. Ooh, maybe I want both sides of this paper ripped, so it's not a perfectly straight line. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's still fairly straight, but that's fine. It's fine. All right, what color? Should we try a brighter yellow? These were mostly dry, and now they feel wet again, but that's okay. Oh, ouch! Oh, I gotta remember I can't shake my hand like that. It's very painful. Also, gotta remember the brayer. Alright, and I'm gonna bring some brightness back into this. So just randomly getting some of this yellow onto there. And if I can hold off, I will try to scan these, is what I will attempt to do. But here they are now as they stand. I think I have to be done for today. So some with paint, some with just inks. This one's more green with a little yellow. Might add more. I might add more after the leaves are cut. I mean, I might just toss them in a thing and spray some more on them to just make them more grungy. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see. But these are damp. They're not completely dry. You can see I did spray the water on this one, so we did get some mottled effects on that one. And just using the sprays gives it kind of a mottled effect as well. And then there's that one. Let's see. Oh, the other side. The ink does not really go through the sulfite paper, so that's kind of cool. So if you wanted two distinctly different sides in your journal and you wanted to make those papers, you could. And then we have this larger piece which has the yellow. This is what I want to get more of, this kind of a thing. This is going to make a really cool leaf right there. That's why I haven't put more layers on there. I really want what's happening over here. And then it just has some green. I also have some embossing folders that have leaves on them, which would be good for some of the sulfite papers. And this is the I think it's freezer paper. It's shiny on one side, not on the other, but it takes inks really well. And then these, I think I actually like the back side better. The front side is okay. I think they'll be cool as leaves. And then we've got this one and that one, or that one, depending which side you look. The copy paper was the least successful. I mean, it was okay. And this one, oh yeah, I did the brown. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite ones, I think. So yeah, I will try to scan these before I cut them. And the other ones, whatever it is that I like about things, I'll try to scan if I have the energy. I don't know, we'll see. Have a delightful day, guys. Love you.